Hello everyone and welcome to another Space Engineers update. Today is July the 9th and they just released update 1.087, the Jump Drive update. This adds in a new block, which I'm going to go show you now, that allows you to jump massive distances in relatively short periods of time. All it requires is power, and you obtain that through solar panels, batteries, and/or charging. And this is the jump drive. I'm on a small ship right now, a little demo ship. They're charging up because I just recently jumped. So they will turn blue when they are fully charged and able to be used. You really only need one, but I added two just so I could jump even further, and you'll see the jump sequence in a minute, if it doesn't glitch out again like it did a minute ago. And if it does, I will explain why it happened, and hopefully that they will get a hotfix out eventually. In fact, probably within a few hours. Just came out a couple of minutes ago, so I was doing some work and watched the video and a little bit of testing. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly get back in the cockpit and explain to you how this jump drive works. Let me just shut this door, and then I will take us to the cockpit. There we are. And let's go into K, and we'll type in jump. So there we are. We've got our jump drive. There are two types of jumps you can perform. You've got the GPS, which will take you to a set GPS location, and then you've got the blind jump, which you can jump anywhere in any distance, depending on the amount of power that is in your jump drive at the moment. And it is charging, so we'll just give that a little bit, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Again, you can turn it on and off, terminal, the toolbar config, everything, rename it, the basic stuff that comes with it. But down here is where it gets technical. You can jump anywhere between a maximum of 100% power charge and a minimum of 0% power charge. And what it'll do is 5 kilometers is the minimum base. You'll see the max base when it is fully charged up to 3 megawatts, and all that goodness is done. So it's almost done, almost there. So we'll be able to jump back to the demo area in a minute, and I can show you more about them and what they look like. So give it a few seconds here, and then off we will go, and you're going to love it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn up my in-game audio just so you can hear it a little bit better, because it is a beautiful sound. I love the sound effect they put in. And fully charged. Alright, so now you can see here what I was explaining earlier. I'm no good with electronics, that doesn't make any sense. But you can see here, our minimum distance is 5 kilometers. Our maximum distance, because I have two of them, mind you, so it takes the power from the other jump drive to calculate this out. So the more drives you have, the further you can jump, the more power you need to go further, the more jumps you need. So if you want to go really far, get a bunch of drives. If you don't want to go very far, you really only need one. So I've got these two drives here. I can go all the way out by 2,298 kilometers. That's quite a jump, and in fact, I made that jump. Look at how far away we are. We're 2,297,782 meters away from where we are, and that only took me 5 seconds. So it's awesome what this does, and we're going to jump here in a minute. But the catch is, if you come down here, you add the GPS location. You click on it, click select, there's where you're going. There's no drop-down menu or anything, you just find the GPS location, click it, and you're good to go. Remove it, takes you to a blind jump, add it, it takes you to that, and blacks out the distance meter. So it tells you how much you need, all of the info here. It'll pop up a confirmation screen when I hit the jump button, which is what I'm going to do in a minute. Now, if you want to jump somewhere, in order to jump, you have to, it says here, to execute the jump, assign the jump command to the toolbar in the cockpit. Now, this could be any cockpit, like the one I'm sitting in. I could go to this one over here, put in the same thing, and use that cockpit. However, if I toggle this cockpit as the main cockpit in the toolbar, only this cockpit can execute the jump function. So, we're going to execute the jump function and go all the way back to the demo area, and hopefully I don't slam into anything. We'll find out. Here's the confirmation screen. Jump destination, distance to proximity of coordinate. Achievable percentage of the jump. There we go. That's our power. That's the distance. It equals out. We're good to go. Weight of the transported mass. The heavier the object, the more power you need, the more jump drives you need. So if your ship weighs a whole lot, you might need another drive. If it doesn't weigh that much, you're really only going to need one. Now, the catch with the jump drives is only large ships can use them. Small ships cannot have jump drives. So you can't take a fighter and jump it, X number of kilometers away and show up in the middle of a battlefield. No, you have to take the carrier or a ship with other ships in it and transport it out there. And I'll show you in a minute what I mean and how you can connect a ship to a large ship and take it with you. It says here the operational jump drives, the number of drives on board of the number of drives fully charged and ready to go. The seated crew on board, 1 of 1, me and me. And the catch with jumping to a location is any ships that are not connected to the large ship will not go with it. Any players that are not connected to the large ship will not go with it. If you're not seated, if you're not in a cockpit, if you're not in a cryo chamber or any other object that would count you as, connected to the ship, be it a modded object like a bed or a chair or something like that, you're not going with it because you're not a part of that voxel grid. The ship will just disappear and you'll be left floating in space. Probably wouldn't be fun. So we're going to go ahead and click yes, and we're going to go very far away. And it's bugged out again. Okay. And this is what I mean. Okay, so we've made the jump. We're now at our location. Had a little bit of an issue there. You'll probably notice it. I'm going to keep it in there, but you'll notice the ship was further ahead than where the camera was. So, yeah, we weren't exactly with the ship. I could have gotten out and walked around, but I'd accidentally alt-tabbed, and when I came back into the game, I was where I was supposed to be. So, you can see the demo area GPS waypoint is ahead of us. The jump drive didn't put us on the coordinates, because if it puts you on the coordinates, say the coordinates are in a station or on an asteroid, it's going to try to avoid any objects near it. So if you jump to the GPS waypoint, the game is going to try and calculate how far away you need to be from the object because of the size of your ship and the mass of your ship to keep you from colliding with the object when you transport there via jump drive. So it's just a little safety feature. They'll probably get it a little more accurate later on. Maybe put another way for the game to recognize if there's an object in front of you mid-transit, so you don't jump into an asteroid if you're doing a blind jump, though it probably already does recognize that and tries to avoid it. So you'll see off to our left there, we've got some jump drives just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Those are the demo drives I'm going to take you out and show you in a second. And you'll be able to further understand what they look like and all of the functions of them when they're not connected to a ship itself. So we're going to exit out the little cargo hatch here. And here we are. So we've got the green, the yellow, and the red. Green and blue. Green is charging. If it turns blue, it means it's fully charged and ready to go. Yellow means it is not charging. So if you turn it off via the control panel, it will turn yellow, telling you, I'm not charging, you're not going to be able to jump with me. Red is off or damaged. If it gets damaged, it's going to turn red. If you turn it off, well, it's going to turn red. So those are your standard colors. Most of the blocks in this game follow the same procedure. And, well, hey, that's pretty much the jump drive. I mean, there's not much else I can explain about it. Aside from the fact that if you want to bring a ship with you, like a small ship or something like that, you need landing gears, connectors. Where are they? You need merge blocks, landing gears, and connectors. So if you hook up a small ship to a large ship via landing gear, not like this, obviously. On the small ship, you'd see it the other way. You can hook up two ships with mass block or merge blocks. I don't believe it'd be a good idea to try and transport two large ships via a merge block, though it would be a good idea to test that, and I'm going to do that here in a minute. And connectors. Flop one on a large ship, flop one on your little ships, hook it up, and then jump. Now, I've noticed, and you've probably noticed in the Survival Series video, that, well, connectors aren't that good for transporting ships with the ship itself. If you're flying the ship using the thrusters, chances are if you get up to maximum speed and then turn off the inertial dampeners or coast, the game's going to bug out and everything connected to those connectors is going to fly away. So connectors on large ships, I would suggest using them at low speeds, low traveling speeds, to keep everything in check and allow the game to calculate the physics properly to keep everything connected. Landing gear, I do not know if they've fixed the issues with this yet, though it is worth a test to find out as to whether or not they still explode when used with other ships. It wouldn't be fun to undock your ship in a combat situation and try to fly away from the mothership and just have it explode on you. So I'm going to do a test real quick as to see whether or not we can merge this ship and another ship similar. Now, hopefully I put those engines, put the connectors far enough up that... There we go. Okay. So let's get back into the primary ship. Now, I do have 4 jump drives now, if you think about it. I've connected this ship to the jump drives. So you could essentially have a jump ring that you just mount your large ship to via connectors or merge blocks. Connect up to it, and then jump because of all the jump drives on the jump ring. Or you could just have a ship that transports things via jump drives. So we're going to see how well this works. In fact, I should be able to increase the jump distance now. Let's get rid of that. We'll do a blind jump. Okay, so it doesn't appear that I can travel any further than 2,295 kilometers at this moment. So, forget it. we're going to jump. Let's see. We'll do a 5-kilometer jump. How about that? Blind jump, distance, proximity, coordinate, 5 kilometers, 100 to 5, You can see our mass has increased, our operational drives has increased. So let's see if it takes us with it. And there we are, we have jumped. We are now 5 kilometers away from point Alpha. Both ships have jumped, and we are good to go. So let's turn us around. FTL drive, demo area, select. We should have enough power to jump. And we'll just turn this around real quick, shall we? That way we're a little further out. Okay, so we need to go a little bit further than a couple of kilometers, or a couple of meters. And the reason it's doing that is because my jump drives are in the back of the ship where the engine is, so, or where the large engines are, so it's calculating based on the position of the jump drives, not on where the cockpit is. So this should be good enough. We should be able to jump now. Yep, and let's go. I'm going to have so much fun with this. This is awesome. That nice countdown. Maybe I didn't get the animation because I wasn't looking behind the ship. But we are back at target, and we are good to go. And we've taken both ships with us. How about that? Wonder if I could put more on this. That'd be awesome. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. This is Bomb Redeemer, jumping out.